So, if you're wondering about this beautiful soundtrack in the background, that is from the mobile game we'll be talking about today, titled Last Cloudia. Normally for these kinds of videos, I'll do a let's play, sliced into about 15 minutes of gameplay and commentary. But this game is very story driven and dialogue heavy, so I found it best to just talk about the game from what I've played over some recorded footage rather than you guys hearing me voice act. Now, if you're okay with mobile games and you're a fan of titles like Octopath Traveler or Golden Sun, JRPGs with beautiful pixel art, amazing sprite designs, animations that feature a good story, I really think you'll like this one. This game was actually on my list of mobile games to check out this month, and the team behind the game reached out to me to sponsor this video. So, if you guys like what you see or what you hear, talking about the music, but if you like what you hear from me explaining the game and feel like you want to give Last Cloudia a try, there will be a link down below to download and play the game yourself on Android or iOS. Now, what is Last Cloudia? As mentioned earlier, it is a JRPG for Android and iOS. It features some amazing pixel art. Yes, I know I sound like a broken record, but from the sprites to the battlefields, it is top tier. So I'm really getting like Octopath Traveler vibes from it, which is a good thing. The ultimate skills all have their own unique animations and tend to be some epic explosions or something that just looks OP. But what is the gameplay like? I'm kind of jumping the gun here. Well, Last Cloudia is a gacha game. So you collect characters or heroes and you form your party. But unlike other gachas where you just collect heroes, go out and auto battle while using turn-based skills, Last Cloudia's battles are done in real time and feature a bit of button mashing. So you click attack to basic attack, and then you have different skills you can use throughout the battle. These have cooldowns, but the longer you don't use them, the more you can spam them. And you can also swap between different units and use their skills. And these battles tend to be a bit chaotic, but in a good way. Crazy animations, enemies that don't collapse in one hit, missions that actually felt like a real challenge, and character dialogue throughout the battles. But speaking of gacha games, it does share many similarities with this mobile subgenre, such as enhancing your characters, advancing or evolving your characters, and equipping them with gear, or, in this game, known as arcs, artifact-like items that you can collect. At first, I thought these were maps, but it turned out to change your character's stats, and some of these combo really well with certain characters. As far as the roster goes, there isn't too big of a list when it comes to characters to collect, and I think this is because this game is heavily story-driven, and most of the customization lies within the stats and abilities of this small list of heroes. On top of that, you're more likely to pull arcs rather than units when rolling for new loot, and this is of course due to the character roster being smaller, so expect to get a lot of new arcs, and when getting new units, it's more like hitting the lottery. Oh, Thanksgiving. I got 2 super rares, holy shit. Be a unit, please. Fuck yes. I got a cool unit after my second pull of 10, and the game gives you a free 3,000 credits to use for 10 pulls after you complete the introduction, and I believe another 10 pulls comes free as well. So total 20 pulls, and I'd say I made out with some pretty good drops, super rares and SSRs, which is a sexy super rare. I just made that up. Other gachas I've played lately have had such low drop rates that it's a bit upsetting, so from my experience so far, this one seems good, but it is kind of a bummer that getting units doesn't seem too likely. And speaking on units, they even have their own backstories you can go through, missions to unlock more for your units. I think this feature is pretty cool. Another cool thing is that every unit has the potential to become your strongest character, so it's not like other gacha where you're pulling a rare unit versus a super rare unit, and the rare could never compare to the super rare stats, no matter how much you grow it. Every character has potential here. But other than that, lots of gacha similarities, a world map, missions, daily login, weekly login, timed events, forming your party, customizing your team, a stamina system that hasn't held me back yet, the usual. But it does stand out with its amazing soundtrack, interesting story, good voice acting cast, beautifully designed sprites, and real-time combat. With only a few hours of gameplay, the story managed to hit me in the feels a little bit and make me laugh a few times. It's very anime. The game also features PvP, where you can test your strongest heroes against other players, and though the character roster is on the smaller side, no 2 characters will have the same stats as most people are running different builds. There's lots of lore in this game as well, with arcs and character episodes. You'll find that 2 characters have a love or hate relationship, or that character is tied to a specific arc. So if you're into that kind of stuff, it's just another thing I think you'll enjoy about this game. Now, at the time of recording this video, there is an event going on called the Royal Capital Catacombs, where you'll get certain kinds of event currency and you can exchange this for event exclusive items. But this will end soon, which means a new event will take place. And I think having these events will keep the game fresh as players cap the story, but it'd also be cool if they can manage to do some mainstream collab events in the future. I always like seeing that, you know, like with ReZero or things like that, but maybe I'm asking too much. Demon Slayer? But yeah, this is Last Cloudia, a mobile game I actually enjoyed. And I think it's because it brought me back with pixel art, but the gameplay was also refreshing. I was expecting more of a turn-based, sit back and auto-battle everything, or gameplay that wasn't engaging. But no, it turned out to be pretty fun. And then you mix that with this character collecting addiction I have, and yeah, I'm probably like this because I played a lot of TCGs for the majority of my life, so I've always had a thing for collecting. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to check the game out yourself, there's a link down below. And with all that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. See you soon, friends.